Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on mounts, and we're going to be talking about camera mounts on the aircraft, phone mounts, all kinds of different mounts. We've got some really cool stuff we've been trying out, some newer technology, some mounts that are really sturdy because, you know, the kind of flying we're doing when we're pulling 10 Gs, you know, we have to have stuff that is solid. Positive connections, stuff that's not loose, plastic, things like that. I'm going to take you through some of the new mounts that we just got that we're testing out. Now, some you might already saw that we've been using, specifically this particular one from MyGoFlight. The reason I love this mount for our phones, and you'll see it inside our float planes, inside the aerobatic planes, is because these are positive mounts that I can screw down on the phone, and it is not coming out. It's not tension, it's not spring or anything of the sort. Those are solid. And flying this kind of plane, I gotta have those in there. When we're flying hardcore aerobatics, our phones aren't mounts and stuff. We're not using this stuff in there. We're only using positive connected kind of stuff, but we're testing some things. That's what I'm gonna show you today. So I just wanna make sure I'm clear. I'm not advocating that you have all kinds of mounts inside a cockpit of a plane like this while you're flying hardcore aerobatics, but we're going to show you some really cool stuff that we've been testing that's working. Let's go ahead and dive in. And the first thing I'm going to do is at the end of the wing, because I want to show you the newest little mount I got that is probably one of my favorite, even though it's one of my smallest. Let's dig in. So the first one I want to talk to you about is the smallest one, but probably one of my favorite. And it's this little adapter piece here from MyGoFlight or FlightFlix, same company. And the nice thing is about it is it's adapter for most of the cameras that are coming out now with this little 1/4 inch on it, like the i360s, some of our other more professional cameras like the Sonys and stuff. They all come with this little 1/4 inch adapter. Now, this is more solid. It's not pieces of plastic that can go left, right, back and forth and stuff. This is absolutely awesome. And the nice thing about this particular mount is it also has the tightening adapter and adjuster on it too, the little washer piece on here. This has been so far one of my favorite. I definitely got to get some more of these because it gives us the ability to use our existing mounts and stuff that are hard mounted. So basically it just screws on like you see here, and then it goes into our existing hard point mounts that we have on the airplane. That's the one I wanted to show you that's on the outside of the airplane. And now I want to get to the new stuff that we just got that's inside the cockpit. So let's go check that out. All right, so I want to talk to you about this mount here before I pull it out and show it to you, because this thing has been absolutely rock solid. This one is another mount from FlightFlix, MyGoFlight. And the reason I love it, it's got 2 solid suction cups, all kinds of places that you can tighten it down. And when I say tighten it down, it's got Allen wrench stuff you can tighten it down with, screws, and it's not just some plastic stuff. Their stuff is metal. It's really good. So I'm going to pull that out. Now, I want to tell you something. We don't fly with mounts like this inside a plane that we're pulling, you know, 8 to 10 Gs on. The only reason I have this here is because we've been testing it. I just wanted to see how well it works, and then this one's going to go into our carbon cub. But I just wanted to kind of try it, pull some Gs, almost being a little bit of a test pilot, so to speak, to see how well that holds up. It hasn't moved, and we've been doing it test after test to see if I can get it loose, if it would come off. I keep grabbing it and pulling it as I'm flying to see how it is, and it's just been so good. So I'm going to pull it out, I'm going to show it to you, and we'll talk about it just a little bit more. All right, so here's the mount. Let me show it to you a little bit because it's pretty intense. It's a pretty strong mount. You know, first of all, let me just show you this. You hear this? All metal. There's no plastic on here other than a couple of plastic handles or something. You can adjust this multiple ways. You can adjust the suction cups that way. You can turn them this way. Also, you can turn the mount this way. So there's all kinds of adjustments on it. So this is good if you got to get to like 2 different windows like this, or if you just need 2 suction cups to hold something that's a lot stronger inside your plane. I mean, if you wanted something stronger, if you are the kind of pilot that you put your stuff on the actual plane. Obviously, I don't put suction cups on a plane like this because the last thing I want is for this to come off and hit somebody. So the mount's really pretty solid. It's very versatile. You get it in a lot of different areas and things. And again, we've held our big cameras on here. So we put this on some of the Bonanza. We've had our big Sony cameras on this thing and had it where this held really good. I call it a little bit of an overkill, but if you need something that strong and that versatile, this mount has just been awesome. Let me jump in because I want to show you this kind of modular design that I like, that we can put on all the cameras and then swap them around without taking a screwdriver or anything, without needing to tighten anything down. It's really cool, so let me show that to you. So the reason I talked about that I like this MyGoFlight mount is because I can screw this down, tighten it, and it's positive mounted there. There's no tension or anything. But let me talk to you about the other thing about this format and this setup that I really like. This format is kind of cool because it's modular, interchangeable. So you could pop this off like we just saw, and you saw one that's right here. And you can move this from this to another mount. You can have adapters like this that are on the cameras, and then you can just drop them like that into place, and it's solid. Once it's on there, it doesn't move. So you got two little buttons here that you pull this off, just like that. So you can have these mounts all over the place, whether it's in your cockpit, whether it's, you know, the ones that aren't suction cup that might be on your wings or wherever they might be. And then when you're done at the end of the day with your camera filming, you just, instead of getting a screwdriver out and undoing all the screws and stuff to get the camera off it, you just sit there, pop it off like that, do whatever you got to do to it, you're ready to film again. Or if you want to move the cameras around, just come over, squeeze those two pieces, drop it on there, and it is solid. So this setup is really cool, and they got a whole bunch of different modular pieces like this. I talked to you about the 1/4-inch piece that'll go on here and stuff, so you could do that. And again, these are all metal except for the plastic handle here. Anyway, I wanted to show you this because this is one I've been using a lot. Now I use these in all the airplanes just because they're so much of a positive mount. You're going through turbulence, or like I said, I've been testing it in this plane, pulling some G's just to feel and see how that would go. And I haven't had any problems so far with any of these mounts from MyGoFlight. Check that out. That's one of the ones I really like. All right, cool. So that's a little bit more about the internal mounts. Now I will tell you that if you're an E3 Aviation member, you want to go to BanyanPilotShop.com. So Banyan Pilot Shop, who's one of our partners here. I'm not allowed to say publicly how good the discounts are because of MSRP and stuff, but go into your members platform and you can get these from Banyan Pilot Shop, who's one of our partners here. Now I will tell you, I just want to emphasize again, I'm not advocating that you have mounts like these, suction cup mounts and stuff, inside a game bird or an extra or an aerobatic plane that is this extreme. I don't suggest that at all. Most of these we're using in our float planes and the Carbon Cubs and the Bonanzas and stuff. They're just awesome for that. But we're testing in this to see how well these do. So far, these have been rock solid. Check these out from MyGoFlight, and I will see you guys on the next one. So long.